What's up?
What is
I think I got everything already. I hope I got everything already.
It seems ready. Did you notice
Seems
it
ready.
actually looked orange on the screen?
It did?
DW. Oh shoot. I
David
haven't
Weimer, what is
where have you
up?
where have you been at?
Been a minute. No, it's been months.
It has been a long minute.
A long minute. And we got a surprise for you, David, and you're going to need one. Yep. Hope the girlfriend's letting you pull out the credit card because that's important. Woohoo! Have we got a show for you? Okay, we probably don't have much of a show. Oh, shit, it's 4 o'clock. Is that enough timer?
That's probably enough timer. We got 6 people. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay, so. Oh, there's Alex. Hi, Alex. What is happening? Rob, what is up?
Hey, so Rob.
We got a little bit of excitement here. Just a little bit. I don't know if you saw this thing live and in person, but it's here.
What's up, Marquise? Here, Alex,
we're going to make you small again. Guys, look. Got it. Live and in person. Now I only have 39 of these available. Actually 38 if you don't count the one that I got here. But it comes with 4 pieces of glass and a plug and a light bulb. And it's cool as shit. And they're like, what are they, 179?
Yeah, 179.
So I wanted to keep them under 200. I think I did a fine job of that. But let's get back to business. Get Alex up here.
What is up, Brian Wilcox? How you doing, bro?
Yeah, so if you guys know, you know. I mean, there's no denying it. I mean, a heat box is a game changer when it comes to selling window film and upselling window film, right? So without the heat box, it's hard to explain to a customer the benefits of ceramic, especially when a lot of the rebuttal questions is going to be like, well, does it look better? Now, you could always be like, yeah, it looks way better. But the truth is, it looks exactly the same. You can't look at ceramic tint and tell the difference between it and the cheap stuff. So when you get those BMW owners and those status car owners, you know, the ones that, you know, spend all their money on a car just to look good, you got to show them something that makes sense. So when you can take a heat box, and we'll do this one more time real quick because I like to switch. But when you can take a heat box and put your 4 different options here, you know, clear, and we're going to pretend that I tinted these because I haven't had them long and I'm too lazy to tint them. So, but when you put your different films on there and let them feel for themselves the difference, it becomes a no-brainer to them. And even those status car customers, when they feel the difference between a dyed and a ceramic, now it's no longer just a visual, it's oh my god, that's the best and I have to have the best. So it's kind of a no-brainer to have a heat box. So if you have one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We're not telling, you know, we're kind of preaching to the choir here. But if you haven't got a heat box yet, what are you waiting for? And if you've got a heat box, like for me, I've got an old wooden one that's got bed liner sprayed on it that I switch, and that's why I bought 40 of these. And at the tint shop, we've got an old wooden one that's got bed liner sprayed on it that you have to switch out the the panes of glass. And the one irritation we found with that is that customers have a tendency to want to play with the pieces of glass. So that's the cool thing about this, where it just spins to the next piece and the next piece and the next piece, is that the customers aren't prone to play with the pieces of glass. And that's good. Keep your fingers off of my stuff, please.
Oh my God. David just bought one.
I don't think he even had time to ask the woman if he could use his credit card. He is in
He says
trouble.
he doesn't have to ask nobody. Top 10. What is up? Burner account. Good to see you. Anthony, good to see you as well. T-Town, what's up, bro?
And
yeah.
yes, so Rob, I know that a lot of companies have heat boxes, and I've wanted to carry heat boxes. And one thing you guys have probably noticed about me is I'm not a follower. And actually, me and Alex had this conversation earlier, but rather than following a standard, I like to set a standard. And although the boxes that are out there are kind of cool, and let's take a look at this thing one more time real quick while I talk about this, because although the boxes out there are kind of cool, let me spin the sucker around. I want to represent my brand, but I'm not trying to overpower it with my brand. And yes, the coloring on my main screen is a little skewed because of color correction and green screen and stuff. This camera is a pure color. So we do have the red base, the black, and then a nice subtle Helios films on top. I wanted to have the best looking heat box on the market. And I like value because I'm a window tinner. And even though, you can break this down and that down to pennies on the dollar, it doesn't cost hardly anything to do your job. Dave, I got 1 BTU meter left in stock, but I got 10 on order. So when they get here, cool, I'll have plenty. But right now I got 1 in stock, so you might want to order that one too. But it's important. Presentation, I learned a long time ago that presentation is your key to success. When you present yourself in a very desirable, or what's the word I'm looking for? I'm drawing a blank. There's a word. There's a attraction. When you present yourself as an attractive business, it tends to draw more people to you. Where in the past I've talked about things like your showroom, and with your showroom, you have your shops that have a couple folding chairs, or no chairs, and your basic, like, here's a space you can stand in out of the rain while I tint your car, but don't talk to me kind of thing. Or I take it to the nth degree, and we have a full stocked coffee bar, a glass front fridge that's full of soda pop and some non-carbonated stuff, some juices, and some non-caffeinated stuff for the children, because we have to think of them too. I also have nice, comfortable couches people can sit on, and beside each seat, I have phone chargers that they're multi-chargers, so it doesn't matter if you're an iPhone, Android, Pixel, whatever user, you have a plug. And those things are cheap. They're like $5-6 a piece. And it's just nice to have those things available for people, because that's the one thing that they not only remember, but they want to tell people about, because it's not something that they expect. Keep in mind, I don't care, again, if you're the best tinner in the world, and I don't care if you're the best tinner in the world doing $90 tint jobs. The customer doesn't care how much they're paying. They expect the best job in the world. So if that's all you give them is the best job in the world and nothing to talk about, then they're going to have no reason to really talk about you. So I have no BTU meters left. Somebody just ordered it. Haha, you missed out. It's okay. They should be here shortly. But that's kind of sucky.
Heat box and a BTU meter. David just
Oh,
bought a
Ryan, he
BTU
talks.
meter.
Oh, David just bought one.
Yeah, that's why he was like, "You have no BTU meters left." I thought he was saying that they were incorrect on the website. I'm like, that's weird. Hey, that's funny though, because the last person that bought a heat box also bought a BTU meter. So we sold 2 BTU meters and 2 heat boxes today. That's awesome. What's poppin', Jamal?
Wait, we sold a heat box before we even told people that they were available.
Yeah, Ryan
That's
talked to a customer over
crazy.
the phone. Ryan sold
Go
it through the
Ryan.
phone. I know.
Go
He's killing it.
Ryan. He's killing it. He's after your job. In fact, shouldn't he be in front of the camera right now? No, I'm kidding. He needs to
For
answer the phones and
that
sell more heat
means
boxes.
we only have 36 left.
36.
Yeah.
Why? What happened?
Because 10 squad, your display model, and we sold 2.
I'd probably sell my display model if it came down to it. I mean, everything's still packaged up. I only just pulled it out and put my fingerprints on it. But they are amazing, and hopefully soon we're going to have Tri-Edge. You know, for the longest time I didn't carry the Tri-Edge Plus, and I'll have those in a couple 3 days. What's today? Tuesday. I should have those by Friday. And I'm currently out of Tri-Edge X Blues. I'll have those back in Friday. I think that's all the Tri-Edge stuff I'm out of. But yeah, sign that bet. And you guys do not want my signature. I see all these people doing their signatures and I look at it and I'm like, oh my God, they got such a cool signature. I need to talk to Carrie though, because maybe she makes their signatures look cool because maybe they got shitty signatures like mine.
Like
So I
Autobahn?
don't know. Yeah, you notice how all those people they got really cool looking signatures. Do you think they all have cool looking signatures and I'm just the outcast that has a shitty looking signature?
I don't know.
Or
I have the Billy freaking Murray hat though. I wear it pretty often.
I've never seen you wear it. So if you're trying to brown nose online, I just blew your cover.
No, I wore it last Tuesday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe I just don't notice things. Oh, makes cool
maybe.
schmack talk.
I'm pretty sure I did. Ryan.
What's up, Jamal? And so yeah,
Oh, we need a silver Sharpie.
I don't have a silver Sharpie. Why don't I have a silver Sharpie? Oh, because I don't typically sign things.
Yeah, them things
Dang.
work badass. Cause I signed my black keg. Well, everyone signed my black keg with a silver Sharpie. I copied off of Jeremy Davis. He had a good idea. Actually, I think we copied Bodie Matthews.
Yeah. I think I don't know who started the whole signature thing, but that's actually been going on for a few years at meetups and stuff when there's prizes to give away. People run around and get signatures. And I think it's kind of cool. I never put a lot of thought into it, you know, its value or worth. Nobody ever asked me to sign anything. So right now, Dave's making me feel a little weirded out because I don't know. I have signed a couple of things. Jamal, glad you made it. What'd you tint today, man? I never have signed anything till Tinner Battles. So many people ask. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little of that too, Shady. Top tint service. I think mine has more signatures. Yeah, yours probably does have more signatures. Alex is ambitious, but you know, he
Oh,
sometimes
I
gets
have a lot of
distracted.
signatures. There's like no space on my keg left. I should have brought it, but it was crazy because I had like everyone sign it. People were like, "But I'm a nobody." I'm like, "No, you're here. You're somebody." Sign my tank.
No, I don't sign his
Alex,
checks. Actually, he gets direct deposit.
I don't think he
And I
signed
don't.
my checks even.
No, I don't sign checks. My wife does that. They try not to let me play with the money, but I have these computers in front of me, and I got access to every shopping avenue ever, and they say that's enough.
T-Town, I didn't know I was being recorded. That's funny. I was talking on the phone with T-Town today, and he was recording while rapping.
That's cool. Multitasker. That's better than me. But yeah, so how many of you guys do not already have a heat box? Because like I feel like everybody should have one. And and on the same note, how many of you guys all don't have a VLT meter? Because that's probably the biggest add-on tool that I never thought I needed until I got one, and I just could not believe um, how handy that would come in. It's huge. And then here's the other one. I got the one piece meter that just slides over the door glass, and I thought that was just the cat's meow. That was the everything. And then my son bought the two piece, and he proved to me that I'm missing out. And like the two piece is the way to go. Because I mean, imagine this: somebody comes in with a tinted two door and wants you to match the back, and the fronts aren't tinted, and you can get pretty close or rough, but it's still just a guess. When you can put a two piece meter on it and check it, and then talk to the customer about their options. The customer, again, it's all about the presentation. The customer looks at you like the utmost expert, rather than you saying, well, it looks like about a 20, and that's going to be pretty much as close as we can get. You can put the meter on it and find out it's metering at 18. Then you also know what your 20% meters at, and you can say, well, my 20% meters at 21, and once I put that on your 70%, it's going to be really close. It's going to be about a 17, and you won't be able to see the difference. The only difference you're going to see is maybe a little bit of color difference. And it's just, again, back down to that presentation. There's a whole lot more to being a successful tinter or tint shop than just being good at your job. It's huge. There is a lot of customers that don't want to hear anything technical. In fact, there's a lot of customers that want a perfect match, and those are the worst. So as much as they want a perfect match, I had a customer today on the phone asking what the difference between, and this is a great analogy to use for one of your guys' customers too, as he was like, so what's the Helios Eclipse flat glass film, the dual reflective, like? Is it like Avery? And we're like, yeah, it's a lot like the Avery OptiTune. It's got a little bit better performance, but in general, it's basically the same film. And he says, so if I put it side by side with the Avery OptiTune, is it going to look the same? And my knee-jerk response was, no, it's going to look a lot like taking Glidden paint and putting it next to Behr paint, and even though they're the same color, you're going to see a difference. And that's the best that I could describe it. So that's what I kind of used for a customer when they're trying to get a perfect match to their factory tint, and things like that. Or if they get a window broken out and they get one window replaced, I can't tell you how many times I've upsold, which a customer from the inside or outside cannot look at the driver and passenger window at the same time. But when you explain to them that tinting that passenger window it's going to be different than the driver's window, they can't stand there, and they're like, well, how much to just do both of them?
Bro, is
And then
Pepsi the same as Coke?
100%. Oh, except for the taste. It's going to taste a little different. They're both cola though. The same concept. And so, yeah. I tell them front will always appear lighter because of the shield. I even actually, Shady, I take that a step further and let the customer know it's to do with the shield, but it's also to do with the angle. Because if you stand up beside the headlight and look at the side windows, all the side windows are going to look the same because you're looking into the back, which doesn't have any extra light coming in. But as you walk around the car, then you'll notice the front get lighter than the back because there's that clear window in the front versus no clear window in the back. And I think that helps them understand the transition factor or the illusion factor. And I do flat out tell people that window tint is just an illusion. Although the film is only allowing, say, a 5% film is only allowing 5% of the light through. That seems really, really dark. But when you sit inside the car and look through it, it doesn't seem all that dark at all. And that's because of the illusion. Whichever side has the most light is the direction you're going to be able to see to. So when you transfer that into looking at the sides and matching up the sides to the back, the front has more light than the back. So the front's going to look lighter than the back. And then sometimes we'll get an upsell on a windshield, and then we'll have to have the argument of, no, I'm not going to tint your windshield that dark. You know, it's all for aesthetics and looks, and things are just what they are. I also had to have an argument with I guess you could call them a customer. See, I cater myself to the new guys too that are just learning. And this guy apparently does vinyl signs and stuff, but one of his customers wanted his storefront tinted. And this guy, just like many of them, was like, well, how hard can it be? I could do that for you. And he promised this guy he was going to do a 5% dark tint on his storefront. And when he called us to ask what he could use, we explained to him all the details and everything, and then sold him a nice dual reflective. And then he calls and he says, my customer doesn't want this. It's silver on the outside. Well, then I had to explain to him, and then he argued with me. Well, I see black windows on buildings all the time. And I had to explain to him how they make black windows for buildings, you know, and they cost more money, and the glass is actually made different. So it'll withstand the heat that it absorbs from the sun, but they don't make clear windows like that. So if you put black window film on it, then you're going to expose it to the heat from the sun, and you're going to break windows and seals and cause problems for your customer and yourself, because he's going to want somebody to pay for it. And I'm not going to be involved in that. And so that's my new fun. That's going to be going on for a minute until we can get them understand, you know. And I explained to them, I've been doing this for 35 years, and for 35 years the rule has been the same. And you know, when you know that, it's a lot easier, because then you don't have any hesitation in telling your customer, yeah, I can't do that for you, where he didn't know better. So it's what his customer wanted, and how hard can it be? And yeah, I can do that for you, just to find out that not with any kind of support, you can't do that for him. So, but yeah, I explained the other day and the customer got even more confused. Yeah, customers, and actually not just customers, I mean, because it's in all areas of life. I think it's human nature that we tend to believe our imagination as fact. Whatever we think it is fact, because that's what we've came up with, and it's believable to us. And with window tint and the misunderstanding of what it is and what it does, it gets even more confusing, because the customer doesn't have any of that extra information. So then when you start explaining it to them, you're like almost opposing what they already believe. And then they turn to Facebook and ask Facebook. And, you know, if you ask Facebook, you can get all the answers you want, and you can just pick the one that best fits your opinion. It's fantastic.
I don't know. On window tint stuff, it's like, who let the customer in the group?
Yeah. Hey, I got a flatbed pickup here.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, but he's turning around. He's just leaving.
He's
That's
towing
good.
Brian's van away.
Bro, I
He
seen it
must-
pull up. I was like, what? I was like, I'm gonna quit.
He got scared. Dylan, what's up, dude? I'm so sorry about that mix-up last week.
Dylan, Alex wants to tell you, sorry, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I'm
No,
an
Alex is
idiot.
not an idiot. Alex
I'm
gets a
pretty
lot put on
stupid.
his plate because, next year I want to be able to do a little bit of me time stuff and I want to like disappear here and there for a couple of weeks. And right now, a couple of weeks just isn't possible because this place would not be here when I got back. So we're really pushing Alex to get all these things in order, all the things that he's not used to. And sometimes it makes it hard to get the simplest tasks right because your mind's like being abused, I guess you could say.
No,
I'm sure
I'm
you guys have had this
capable.
happen. Well, I know you're capable, otherwise I wouldn't push you so hard, but I got to remind you that I am pushing you. So it is what it is, though. But just like any of us, you get something on your mind that's like really like it takes a lot of brain power to focus on and everything. And sometimes you just make simple mistakes.
Yeah.
And I can't think of any good things, but Matt did what? What did Matt did? Oh, I heard Ryan say 1084. I think.
That's code word for I'm not allowed to say it online. You guys will have to figure it out.
Oh dear. I explained it the other day. The customer got more confused. Matt did. Matt did what? Ugh. Whatever it was, he did it. Yeah, Matt
So DW says that's one thing I've struggled with is explaining how the windows end up looking with the reflectivity of the film. Did you figure that out, DW? Because it's past tense. Like, so what do you do now to help explain that? Boxes tape that wasn't on that order for mainly 1084. Oh, let everybody in the group.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt likes to be all inclusive. He's a good guy. It's
Yeah. Well, so Matt's whole purpose for his group, see, Matt's a lot like me, and he actually came from the same regime that I did, so to speak. There's a way to lead and a way to follow. And if you notice, Matt was the first group that was a public group. And his reasoning behind that is there is no public group. And what we need as an industry is awareness in the world. Let's take, for instance, something recently happened was the TikTok tint. That was something that exploded to everybody all over TikTok. And how many of us got asked for that TikTok tint? Now, the problem with that was we weren't prepared for it. Now I got prepared real quick because then I could explain to the customer that the TikTok tint is really just basically letting you know that, if you've never had tint before, on the outside it looks dark, but on the inside your visibility isn't hindered whatsoever. You can get in the car and it's just like having regular windows. So you gain privacy without losing anything. And customers love that, but it was building awareness. So his reasoning behind opening up a group to all is to help build awareness. And that's why he has to be so, well, his group's gotten so big, it's hard to stay on top of it. But he's always been really on top of it about trying to keep the value in the group and not, like, I'm sure you guys have seen posts in other groups and you see comments, yeah, get that money, bro. And that's not the environment Matt's trying to produce. He's trying to produce an informative and educational environment so that, tinners can learn and grow. It gives tinners like myself a place to go and be helpful. And then it also gives the customers or would-be customers a place to learn about window film so that it can maybe help broaden our industry, because our industry has always been one of the best industries in the world, but has also been one of the smallest industries in the world. Not even recognized. People ask you, what's your job? What do you do for a living? And you tell them you're a tinner, and nobody understands. Nobody has any idea what that is. But if you were a mechanic and you tell them you're a mechanic, they would know what that is. If you told them you were a plumber, they would know what that is. Well, we make mechanic and plumber money. It's a career, it's a real industry, but it's not acknowledged because it's not known about. And we need more people like Matt, like myself, like that will help broaden the education factor of it across the world, across the public.
Something
And
very interesting happened the other day. So like I have my own electronics and Casey has her own electronics. We all use our own stuff. Uh and so like our algorithms in our like searching is like unique to our own things, right? Like so none of the stuff Casey ever watches pops up in my suggested to watch and vice versa. And Casey was like on the couch just like going through her like girly YouTube stuff, and she came across one of Matt's videos on her front page. And she was like, "Hey, isn't this that Matt guy?" And I like look, and like you see like drag queens and like pop stars and like scandals of Kim Kardashian, and then bam, right there, Matt's like right in the middle of all of it. And I'm like, "Oh, wow, like he is actually reaching people." It's crazy.
real people.
Real people.
But yeah, so Matt's vision has always been bigger than just trying to be known to tinners. Matt wants to educate the world. He thinks that that is the best way to grow our industry. I mean, think about it like this. For you guys that are down south and like Georgia and south, you guys know tint is almost a requirement. People just get their cars tinted because they need to. Well, from Tennessee north, it becomes more and more of a luxury. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that people in the north think window tint is just about privacy. They don't realize, because even here in Michigan, we have 2 or 3 months that are really, really hot and the sun is just fucking intense. And for that 2 or 3 months, we like a little reprieve, but most of the public doesn't know that window tint will give you that reprieve without taking anything away. And now we have people like Matt, and I think Patrick Boyer is or actually, what's he call himself now? Patrick Latman. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe he got married and took on her name. I don't know. He has kind of got a little of the feminine side to him. So I don't know, whatever. But, he's trying to bring more public awareness too. Window Film Revolution is trying to build on a public awareness site, and these are all things that our industry needs, because the more our customers know, the less we have to work to bring them the education of something like, heat rejection. But man, I'm telling you, if you don't have a heat box, the neat thing about a heat box and an in-person demonstration is they can feel for themselves. You don't have to throw numbers at them. But another thing too is, for that customer that doesn't want to put their hand in front of the light and whatever, you can just sit a BTU meter in front of it and turn it, and that's going to show them an enormous amount. And actually, it'll show them more than their hand will, because when you go from dyed to carbon to ceramic, you feel the biggest difference between the ceramic and all the other films. From dyed to carbon, it doesn't seem to feel that different. Now, keep in mind, we're using a simulated heat box. So we only feel what the heat box is letting through, but with a BTU meter, that's going to let you know the whole story, and you can see the number reduce. Now that transfers into more comfort in your car. Even if you can't feel it here in my office, your car is going to be a different story. So even a carbon film is a big benefit, where if you try to convince them of that just with their hand, then maybe they won't necessarily,
Yeah, Victor Vasquez. He's the other guy that ordered our heat box and BTU meter.
Oh yeah, he said great customer service too. I want you guys to
Yeah.
all know, if you ever get anything less than great customer service from me, bring it to my attention, because one thing that we can't seem to help but happen is we're growing and we're getting bigger. And by this time next year we'll probably have more employees. And although today wasn't a big sign of needing more employees, but that's just because it's the time of year and we have our ups and downs. But if you take, like, what was it, yesterday? Yeah,
Oh, dude,
yesterday.
crazy.
Yesterday was nuts. I got home, Mary asked me, um, Mary, I got home yesterday and Mary's like, so how was your day? And I'm like, it was chaos. It was just nuts from start to finish, especially between 12 and 1 o'clock. Because these guys, from 12 to 1, they like to take their lunch together. And most of the time I'm like, yeah, it's fine. And it seems like most of our activity happens between 12 and 1 o'clock. And it might have something to do with the fact that when they leave, I order my food and I try to eat my lunch while they're gone. And so we all, in a sense, take lunch together. And I don't want to be like some other places which will shut down for an hour for lunch, because what if you guys need something? I want to be here. But yesterday, I had a customer in front of me, one on the phone. The phone kept ringing while I'm on the phone with a customer in front of me trying to buy film. And it's like, oh my God, I almost lost my shit. And today I came in and told them we're going to have to figure this out because I'm getting about sick of this. I was frustrated still this morning, but yeah. When you log in just in time to hear Rick call Patrick effeminate. I don't even know what that means, but okay.
Lobo, where have you been at, bro?
He's
When's the
been
last time we got?
ignoring us.
When's the last time we have Lobo, Mo, and David Weimer on here at the same time? It's been a long
You know,
time.
I thought they might have eloped or something, honestly. I think they've both been gone about the same amount of time. But that's good. That means life's been busy. And life being
Yeah.
busy is usually a good thing, unless it's a bad busy. Some of the older crowd thinks that is only super dark windows that drug dealers and rock stars have done. Yeah, well, that's because, believe it or not, drug dealers make the news and rock stars sing about it or rap about it. And so they're our only public awareness. So you can see the kind of effect that public awareness actually has on window film. So we need to put it. Lobo was here last week, Alex. Stop making me look like the bad guy. But
Oh, I
no,
did bail early.
Alex always bails early. Why'd you bail early last week?
Oh, Casey had a makeup test.
Oh, that's right. I
He
have a
did
hard enough
good.
time remembering yesterday.
Dude, I just seen like I don't know how true it was or what, but it was like people's faces over time. The side of their face that faces the driver's side window when they're driving a car after years and years and years and years of that sun exposure just hitting that side of the face because they don't have tint on their car. Like you look at the front of their face and half their face like slightly droops lower than the other side from the sun exposure.
When are we going to have quarter squeegees? Funny you should ask that. And Fusion should have them. So Fusion surprisingly released some quarter squeegees at SEMA, but apparently only had enough to give away everything that they had at SEMA. So we're waiting, and we will have them for sure. Lobo says he's not always logged into YouTube, but he is usually watching.
Ooh, that reminds me of that show I'm watching right now, The Watchers. Always watching.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys talked about that earlier today.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Today was a
Lobo's-
nice day.
Lobo's the Watcher people.
And I'm currently looking for somebody that can mass produce me some display boards too. So if anybody knows anybody in America that does that, I'd be interested in talking to them. Otherwise, I have to go to China to buy that stuff because we don't make anything here anymore. Struggles. But I am happy to inform everybody that all the meters that I sell and the only meters that I sell are American made. There are cheaper options out there. They're made in China, and you know me, I'm not one to support China unless I have to. And when I don't have to, I just don't, because I don't. Lobo's trying to sing us a song. It's hard to sing via text. It just doesn't work. So where are we at with this? We talked about our heat box. That's exciting. We talked about presentation. We talked about public awareness for our industry. That's always good. I did mention that I'm getting the Tri-Edge Pluses. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Or Tri-Edge X Plus or whatever it is.
I think it's
don't
Tri-Edge
know.
X Plus.
I'm getting them anyways because I just never had them, and sometimes like when I started carrying Tri-Edge tools, I didn't pick them because I didn't like them. And that's the neat thing about us is that sometimes it doesn't matter what I like. It matters what's good. I'm jealous because Alex's logo's bigger than mine.
Dude, I just went on Tri-Edge's homepage, and they got something called Tri-Edge X, Shallow Waters.
What? How come they
Yeah.
didn't send me anything?
Tri-Edge Shallow Waters X. It's like
I'm
a
jealous.
teal.
Oh,
Wow,
you know what? I remember them talking about. Is it available?
It says free with purchase of $19.99 or more.
I always spend $19.99 or more.
I know. Why don't you get the free stuff?
I'm gonna have to. Oh,
Did you see it?
I think no, I haven't. I didn't. Not yet.
It's on their the first picture on their homepage slideshow. It's crazy.
Shallow waters.
I don't know what it is, but it looks badass.
Minimum
And I
purchase
want
order
it.
required of $19.99. I thought they were talking about $1,999.
Ah, you should get like a bunch of them for free.
I should. I'm gonna have to ask them about that now. Our partners. Let's see if my name flows up there anywhere. I see all these other companies. Where is it? Where is it? Depot, Expel, Flex Film, 44 Tools,
Oh, I see. It's Sun
Detroit
Distributing.
Tint Studio, GDI, Metro Wraps. I don't even know. Hey, there I am. Look at that. Tint Whiz.
Oh, Metro Restyling's on here.
Yeah.
I just went there.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about it.
They were cool people. There was a Lamborghini up front. You should get a Lamborghini.
I should.
And then you could take it to Holly Wreck. They're probably waiting on the tooling. No, that's GDI, Ryan. Or Pro Tools.
No, so I talked to Jay over at Tri-Edge today, and they're all having the struggles. You know, I have the tan scrub it replacement pads. I have what I have in stock, which I think is like 4 packs left, and it's going to be a couple of weeks. So those are on back order, and I think I have plenty of blue scrubbits left, but those are on back order. So, and he's not sure how long for those. He's waiting on parts for it. So, and Tri-Edge actually manufactures all their stuff right there in Florida. So, and so does Pro Tools now. You know, these are not outsourced companies. Um, you'll have some people out there pretending to make their own tools and stuff. They're just outsourced people that buy stuff in and put them together, maybe kind of like me with Tint Keg. You know, I didn't invent the Tint Keg. I am Tint Keg. And I'll have you know that there's a lot of companies out there that are confusing customers because they're calling their stuff Tint Kegs. And I'm not the kind of guy that's going to go after somebody. I don't have time for that. I'm too busy growing a business here. But I will let you know that there are companies out there that call their spray tank Tint Keg. And if they don't have we're going to bring this right up here. If they don't have this logo right here somewhere on the tank, it's not a Tint Keg. And that means it probably doesn't come with a lifetime warranty. And it's just one of those is what it is kind of things. But there are people out there pretending to be something that they're not. Personally, it flatters me because Tint Keg before 2017, Tint Keg was not a term that was used. And we just went super simple with naming it. And after we named it, the logo got kind of built around it. And we just created the brand Tint Keg. And then we gave our solemn oath to you guys that we're going to build the best damn corny sprayer that you can buy already made. We bring these things in, and yes, the tanks come from China because there isn't an American option. We like the Chinese ones because the outside is flat, making it easier to wrap because presentation is key and we want it to look good. But we do take all the guts out of them and replace them with good old American stuff to make sure that they're going to handle what we put them through. And then we back it with a lifetime warranty, which means that if you ever have a problem, I don't care what it is, I'm going to take care of you because that's who I am. And nobody else is doing all that. They're just, you know, I mean, the one person in the industry that I can absolutely respect when it comes to spray tanks is Jeff Welsh. Although he did come in after me, he saw a good idea and he's like, I can do that. And he stayed true. And me and Jeff are actually pretty good friends, and we're not afraid to share secrets with each other because my tanks and his tanks do have differences. Doesn't make his better and it doesn't make mine better. It just makes them different. You know, he uses a 3/8 inch hose. He believes having extra water in your hose is a good thing.
My hose was a quarter inch. The hose I got from him was a quarter inch.
We don't actually so the deal that we were going to make with the Australian guys is that I was going to supply them tanks and wraps, and they were going to supply everything else. So how they built theirs, I don't know. But you haven't brought it in, so I haven't seen it. So I couldn't even tell you what's good and what's bad, or if it's legit. But it
I'll
don't
bring it
matter
next
because that
Tuesday.
you could even bring it tomorrow.
I can bring it tomorrow. It's nice. It's
But yeah,
crispy. I'm in love with it.
let's go Guardians. What's a Guardians? What is a Guardian? Oh, there's a company out there, something Guard, not Solar Guard, or maybe Shield. Something. Anyways, they advertise their spray kegs as a tint keg, and they got a really very colorful print on it. And just looking at the picture, they are not using good parts. So yeah. All right, warranty I like. I will let you know which of my tanks is having an issue with the air stem. Victor, are you having issues with an air stem? Because we could send you an air stem out today. Because we're good like that. I'll even look you up while we're here. If I can. As long as your information on YouTube matches your information in my database. I think it does. Survey says my computer is slow. No orders found. I hear Ryan mumbling something. Doesn't he know that we got these big earmuffs on and can't hear what he's trying to say?
Did Ryan say something?
He might have. Gator Blade Reds are coming. Well, good.
I just hope that it makes it through Alex's mic sometimes.
What's that?
Tell him
If
I
it's
say
Victor
shut up.
Vasquez, I know his stuff.
Yeah, Victor. He's on here.
Yeah, what does he need?
Oh, Victor.
Shut up.
What do you need?
Shut up,
Victor?
Ryan. Pay attention on our show.
He said, "Pay attention."
I was trying, but getting stuff wrapped up. Checking email.
Ryan's doing a good job. Have you been to the pawn shop lately? LOL. No, but I went to the wrap store. You want to see something I did? Looks pretty.
It looks really good on camera.
It looks really good on camera. Look, I'm just gonna show the hood.
Okay.
Oh, I can't do that because it won't work.
Very blurry. Victor got an energy drink tank. He got,
Victor Vasquez?
I think, is it Guadalupe?
No, it's Victor Vasquez.
Ricardo? I don't have a Victor.
Panorama City. Something.
What is he talking about?
I don't know.
Bazquez. Oh, I see. That'll make a big difference. So you probably don't have an energy Tint Wiz energy drink tank. Well, I was spelling it based on how he had it spelled on YouTube. Stop coming into our rooms and talking to us. We're doing a live. Ryan's going to get fired.
You can just go to orders and click on his name and then click previous orders, but it's not on here either.
What's not on here?
Victor's previous purchases.
Oh, I didn't realize he ordered an hour ago. 2 hours ago, whatever. This looks like it's probably a tank. Oh, no, that's OptiShade. This could be a tank. Not a tank. That's a lot of tools. Victor buys a lot of tools from us. We love that. This could be a tank. Nope, that's Helios Supernova. You know, I'm falling in love with Victor. He
Yeah,
buys
Victor's a
lots
good
of good stuff.
guy.
410. This could be a tank. Dual sprayer conversion tank. Tint keg white. He's got a tint keg white. Yeah. He does custom sign painting. Now there's a lost art. Oh yeah, and one other thing oh, he's got 3 tanks. Well, you've got a long list of history with us, so I'm not going to go through all of them. But yeah, Victor, if you need any parts, anything starts giving you hiccups. Now, believe it or not, most of the parts on a keg are O-rings. So if you have, like, if your valve stem is leaking, you could take a valve stem tool and unscrew it. Sometimes you'll get a little crud in the O-ring, especially if you, like many tinners, lose the cap. The cap's important because it keeps gunk from falling down in there and building up over time and causing it to leak. So the cap's very important. Don't lose your cap. I know it's easy to lose the cap. I've lost caps. I'm not going to judge anybody on that. I'll just replace the valve stem for you. But if you keep the cap on, then it won't ever leak because it'll stay clean. But just air debris, dust particles and stuff get down, and over time, when you put air in there, it forces that yuck down in between the O-ring, and eventually it doesn't reseal on the O-ring. And the valve stem cap also has a rubber insert, so when you screw it on, it's a secondary backup to the valve stem itself. So good, important to know stuff. Ryan's lost caps. Hey, Ryan, I would be willing to bet you've lost more than caps. Just saying. I bet you Ryan can relate to some of the guys that actually left whole ass tools in customers' cards and sent them away. I should sell the caps too. I lose them often. Um, you know what? I can source caps. I didn't even think about that, but would you guys actually buy caps? That's just like the red dot clips. Oh, and by the way, if you guys haven't looked recently because you couldn't find them before, the red dot clips are back and alive on the website. Alex probably has a funny story about that.
I do have a funny story about that.
I could tell the story because I think it's funny too. But so we have a feature on our website that allows us to clone a product, and it's hit or miss sometimes apparently, and we didn't realize it. But if you don't do it just right, when you clone a product, you're not actually cloning the product, you're just replacing it. So when you change all the stuff to the new product, your old product becomes the new product. And that's kind of what happened with the red dot snap clips. And get caps with a little chain to attach to the tank. Wow. That might be possible. That might be possible. I will have to look into it. That's going to take some doing. Hey Ryan, if you're still watching, you should throw a slap pack in for Victor Vasquez, and um, throw a red dot clip in his slap pack, because that would be cool. Of course, he says snap clips. So how many would you need? I'll be honest with you guys. I never really minded giving stuff away, but damn, the amount of stuff I give away, the shipping on it is killing me. So maybe we can go back to giving stuff away, and like people that order during the stream, we can just give free stuff to. I don't know. What do you think?
I can maybe dig it.
I think I could maybe dig it. Maybe I could dig it. You know what else I could dig? I could dig being talked about more online. I need to hire some famous people. You know, these companies, they'll hire famous people to promote them. And it
Oh, like
works.
Cameo?
No, not that famous. like 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 some of the famous people in the industry.
Oh.
You know, there's this one company that just hired
Autobahn?
Alex. God. You got to keep them guessing.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, it's good marketing to, you know, hire people that people already love, because then it brings awareness to your brand. And I mean, if you got to write a paycheck anyways, you might as well write it to people that the industry cares about, right? So that's cool. What's up, Invasion? Did you decide how you're going to give the film handler away? Dude, I am just happy that right now I can ship out film handlers. I'm not happy about the price increase though, but I mean, it is what it is. I think film handler held out the longest out of anybody for price increases. It's just that price increase kind of hit hard. And it hit me harder than it hit you guys. Me, I just line up with their pricing. So if you go to them direct, it's the same price as if you buy it from me direct, but they raised my price on it. And I'm not 100% sure that I even make anything off of it now, but it's fine because, again, all I have to do is send an email. Just messing with you. Oh, Lobo said I already gave it to him.
Yeah, you lost. You missed out.
Look at these guys making rumors already. And now we got Joe over here just like, dude, you're going to make somebody extremely happy with that price. And no, it's a rumor. I do want to, but this year has been kind of funny. Maybe I will. You know, last year's big giveaway, which was actually, I guess, technically this year's big giveaway, because the whole month of December I kept track of orders, and then we randomly picked one of the orders and gave them a refund. And the best part is, it was somebody that doesn't even watch our YouTube show and had no idea that there was the contest going on, and his order was like $700. So we called them live on air and told them, and they love that. But we'll do something like that again this year. Maybe it will be a film handler. Shipping not included. I couldn't do that. No, I'm not. If I'm giving something away, I'm shipping it too, free. I am not one of those. Nothing I hate where, you know, and that's the other thing, you know, when somebody, you win a prize and then you find out you got to pay taxes on it, you know. I'm not about that. I think the person giving away whatever should incur any costs involved in it. I just do. So that's why I won't be giving away any cars. because that's a lot of Texas money, especially depending on what state you're in. What you reading, Alex?
I'm changing a Tank Keg logo.
Why? Oh, you are kind of. But you'd have to share your screen for that. The way you squint, I almost think you need glasses.
I can need glasses.
Patrick did that. I won DSP and had to pay $5 to ship it to me. Not complaining, just saying. No, actually, Lobo, I can totally understand that too. Because when we started, believe it or not, I can remember back when I used to not want to have a daily pickup by UPS because they charge you by the week for it. And I wasn't sure that I was going to do enough to make it worth having them come. So, like for a third of the price, they did smart pickup, but then I had like a 1 or a 2 o'clock cutoff. And if it was after that time, then they'd pick up the next day. And now, like, fast forward a couple years and look at the way it's just blossomed. And I mean, I just handle my business now, and I'm sure if Patrick stays with it, he's going to grow the same way. He's going to get to the point where, shipping and things like that. I still get people that's been in this industry for a long time as a supplier. Alex, are you supposed to be showing us what you're doing?
Yeah.
Well, you have to turn it on. I'll turn it on. Okay, now he's showing us what he's doing. It's kind of important. Oh. See, Alex is doing some of the fun things with Illustrator. But yeah, so they asked me still, like, how do you do free shipping for such a low amount? And I had to adjust it. But I mean, I guess the difference between me and other companies is I don't look so much at profit margin. I look at necessity. What do I have to do to not lose money? And so, I tried like a whole month of free shipping, and I realized that wasn't going to work. So then I did free shipping at $50 and over, and I gave that, I don't know, 3-4 months. And, when I crunched the numbers, I was like, God, that almost works, but it's not, because there's a few factors you got to take in. I think you forgot the K.
No, K's already done.
Oh, I was looking at something else. But yeah, so it was the determining factor was the number of like $51, $52 orders I was getting was way outweighing. And the problem is, depending on what you're buying, if you're spending $50 to $100, I could still be, and depending on where you are, I could still be losing money on the deal. So I had to up it to 150, and I think 150 is a pretty fair, just about any roll of film that you buy, minus the 20-inch rolls and maybe the 24-inch rolls. I'm not sure, but so any 36 or larger roll of film or any bundle of tools, it's not hard to go over 150 and get free shipping. And then at $150, I don't lose money shipping to you. So that way, even if I'm just breaking even or just above breaking even, it's still good. And that's all I was hoping for, because otherwise, it reminds me of a episode of Seinfeld, and what's his name on there bought a bunch of coin changers, and he wanted to be competitive, so he was given 5 quarters for $1. And Seinfeld's like, you can't do that. You're going to go broke. And he's like, no, I'm going to make it up in volume. Yeah. He's like, no, I'm going to make it up in volume. And that's kind of like what was happening with me is I was losing money, and you can't make it up in volume. If every sale is a loss, the more volume you do, the more you lose. So of course that had to be adjusted. Alex, he said, Marquise Paul said, show him the rap that you did.
Of what? My rap?
Marquise Paul.
Oh.
Ooh. That one was
Yeah.
tight. I like that one.
Tap into freedom.
Bitches.
Bitches. I wasn't going to be the one to say it.
Oh, I don't know. Is that a bad word?
Ooh.
Well, that looks cool.
But
So whose rap you working on now?
Dylan? The rap. The rap of the dude that I'm helping out because I messed up big time. Oh, Dylan knows. Dylan knows whose rap that is. How you liking it? I don't know. I really want to do the you remember how I did for the last one where it was repeating logos everywhere? I just want to fill it up, but I don't know. After seeing that last one in person and being able to wrap it, it looks so clean as a white wrap and very minimal, and it just it still looks so crispy. Here, I'll show you.
You got a
guys.
picture of it?
Yeah, it was really good. Let me see if I can. What's it? iCloud. Yeah, iCloud.
iCloud. You cloud. We should all cloud.
My phone's gonna be oh yeah, my phone was mad.
Why is it telling you somebody's trying to violate your account?
Yeah, I gotta convince it that it can trust this. Hold on, now I go here, and then I go share screen. Share screen, and I click that, and then I go here, and I go photos. Here it goes. So there's that. Oh, did I not get a picture? Oh, here you go with the red hose. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's tapping into awesome.
You could full screen that, and
oh.
That funny little full screen button in the top right corner, right next to the X. You know the one. Or is it full screen?
That's full screen. But yeah, and look how good that lined up right there. I don't know. I think it's crispy. I don't think photo does justice.
No, it doesn't. When you brought that into my office, I was like, damn, that looks good. Super clean.
Here's some other pictures. So that's the before and after. And then side view. I don't know. I think I did pretty good on the hood. I'm not going to lie. And then I did really good on that quarter panel. But then here's a struggle bus.
Now from here, it looks flawless.
Look at this crow's feet. Oh, man. That's so embarrassing. But I didn't know what an inlay was until yesterday, so there's that.
Yeah, I explained it to him, and he was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
It always makes so much sense after the fact, right?
Yeah. I think, I don't know, for a first time with zero knowledge going into it and only have wrapping kegs, I think I did not bad. Gotta
Tom
do
says
some
you gotta do
inlays.
some inlays.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought like there was something in my head telling me like if I can't get this all in one piece, then I'm a fucking hack or something. But clearly, I'm a hack
Dude,
for not doing it inlay.
so that's the thing when you do inlays and stuff, when people see it in a parking lot, nobody ever sees an inlay unless they're a rapper. And when you don't do inlays, pretty much everybody that walks up close to the car sees your mistakes. So which one's better? And a rapper is going to appreciate your inlays because they know the struggle and the struggle's real. So,
And right now, the car, that's all that's been wrapped right now. And the car has been driving around town for the last 3 days looking like that. And my wife is pissed.
oh hell, I was thinking, well, it's a good thing she loves you.
Oh, T-Town sent some pics today.
Where'd you send them? I don't see
He
them.
sent them to me. Oh,
Why to you?
oh, that's crispy. Good job. Oh, let me here, I guess I can do it. I'll do this.
Hey Alex, you ever watch Paradox the Rapper on YouTube?
Maybe?
I never heard of him. That damn CK guy always gets in the way, and you know he's just trying to get viewers and sponsors, and
Let me
so
see where's my history?
I had to explain to Alex that CK is not the one that's trying to teach you. He's the one that's trying to get you to watch his videos. It's different. And Alex says, "Yeah, he seems a lot like a not so helpful Matt."
So far I watched Plotter Depot, Pristine Auto Wrap, Do It Yourself Mike, which is it was a very informative video, but the video is not produced by a rapper. He actually like has a friend who runs a rap shop and like he like spent a day with him recording. So it was kind of cool. Then I watched some debadging videos. Um yeah, mostly CK raps.
You should find Paradox.
Paradox.
Yes.
Right now I need to figure out how to put a shark fin antenna back on because I watched plenty of videos on how to take it off, but none of them tell you how to put it back on.
Alex, it's exact opposite to the way it came off.
I know, but if it's held on by adhesive, don't I gotta put new adhesive on it?
If it's held on by adhesive.
Yeah. It looks like it's just two-way taped on. They're saying go around it with a heat gun to warm it up a little bit, and it's kind of like the same concept as debadging, right?
Yeah, but honestly, you should look more into how to wrap it and how to wrap around it because wrapping around it isn't that difficult. And wrapping it on the vehicle, you're going to do it in two pieces because you are not a one piece shark fin guy. Trust me. I don't think I'm a one piece shark
No,
fin guy.
I came really close to doing the side mirror. Like I was really close. And then I went to go pull it up to like heat it back up and try to stick it like stick it back down, and then it fucking ripped. It went and just ripped. And I was like, I was so close. I had 80% of it wrapped, and I was just like upset, and I just ripped the whole thing off. I crumbled it, I threw it, and I had to take a breather, hit my vape a little bit. I was like very upset. Mine I did today was double sided, so I took it off and out new on when I did it. Usually
Yeah.
double side tape, Victor says. And then
Yeah.
would I use double
You,
side tape for the emblem?
if you're going to debadge it, just leave the badges off. Um, what badges does it have on it?
It has Buick in individual letters on the left side, and then Lacrosse in individual letters on the right side.
Okay, so those are going to be just double-sided tape. They're going to be a real pain in the ass to retape because you got to cut the tape. The easiest thing to do is buy new badging if you want it because it's going to come with a stencil and tape already installed on it. Or you're going to want to make a stencil before you remove it. And a lot of people will just use tape and then trim it out and then put the tape on cardboard and cut it out and blah, 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 and all that stuff. And it's a bit of a process. Or you can forget to tell your wife you didn't put it back on and just be done with it.
Then people can just like wonder what kind of car it is. Like, oh my god, is that a Buick LaCrosse or what is that? You know, just the teal just throws the whole thing off. We love it, but I see them on Amazon. They're only $20, so not very expensive. If I need
no,
to get
they're not super expensive. And like I said, they come with stencils and everything. So because alignment is key. If you try to put those on individually, you'll get them on. Your eyes will be crossed. You'll be like perfect. The next day you'll walk out and be like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, and
It's all
speaking of
crooked.
3M, how we laugh and joke about paying attention to details. In all the CK Rap videos I watched, I noticed he used 3M knifeless tape, and I'm like, oh, that's what that's for. And I'm like, okay, I'll make note of it, and I'll grab some. And like, when it came down to it, I forgot everything about the knifeless tape. And oh man, the edges would have looked so much nicer if it would have made life easier. Plus, lacrosse is slang for masturbate in French Canada. Tell that one to Dean Mitchell.
Dean's probably the one that told Lobo.
Oh, trash can and heat the shit out of it, then push it through it.
Yeah.
And something I was watching CK Raps do was he was like pre-stretching it, and then you had like fingers similar to window tint, and then when he was hitting it with the heat gun, it was like flattening out like window tint. But for some reason, when I tried doing that, like it didn't seem like the fingers were really going anywhere. They were just like still fingers.
CK shows the entertainment factor of it. He's looking for views and sponsorships. He's doing it for a paycheck. CK is not your vinyl mat. And that's one of the downfalls to YouTube is somebody can be YouTube famous and do this and show you all this stuff, but they don't show you everything.
Oh, T-Town, where do I find one of those mirror wrapping tools? Do you think Metro would have it?
Yeah, Metro probably has it. I've been thinking about carrying them, but we're just not that heavy into wrap tools, and I might get heavy into wrap tools when, if and when, um, what's those wrap people's names that are big?
3M?
No,
I don't know.
the wrap tool people.
Yeah, transfer funds.
Are you buying tools now?
Yeah, I'm buying the mirror tool.
You don't need that.
50. I don't need that.
You don't need that.
I could just take a horseshoe from my horseshoe pit and is this what it looks like?
It's a little bigger than that. Um, cheapwraptools.com, I think, carries them.
I'll
Pro
do what
Tools?
we tell.
No.
I'll do what we tell our customers not to do.
This is Tim's Today project. Ooh, a little Chrome delete too. Ugh. Well, Ran out of
Oh,
pictures.
nice. Oh, yeah. What is that? A Forte?
Probably a K5.
Oh, it's K5. I don't
I
know
don't
any of
know.
the new Kia cars anymore. They're like so
Me
different.
either. Oh, he covered the black and left the chrome. I see. I didn't realize it was
Oh.
black on the bottom. I thought it was just the beginnings of. Okay,
Is that
yeah,
your
Kia's been
car?
doing.
It looks like a T-Town car.
Does look like a T-Town car. Billy frickin' Murray's got this tank covered with stickers. I didn't realize there were so many stickers in the industry. We need to do a
That's a
sticker drive.
that's an actual wrap too. That's a sticker bomb wrap.
Oh, is it like a wrap with just the? Oh,
Yeah. Which I'm like,
I,
I wish I would have known he was taking submissions for stickers for that, because I would have totally been down.
yeah. Like, where's the Sun Distributing sticker?
Oh, T-Town. I was saying that looks like a T-Town car. The K5. What brand is
Yeah,
T-Town using, or what brand am I using?
both.
Oh. I'm using KPMF.
Oh,
I know. Well, it was like the type of teal that Casey was interested in, so it was
that
just
is the
like,
problem. I mean, I tried to use KPMF before, and I just I did not like it. I vowed never to use it again. Um, I hear that they changed their. I hear that they changed their adhesive a little bit, but it's just too damn aggressive and grippy, and
the
you know,
I like the air release on it. It reminded me kind of like of the stuff that we were using on the kegs. It wasn't bad. It was like very forgiving. I
I like
thought. I don't know.
Avery. I am 100%. You know, even if I'm button heads with Avery Dennison right now, their rap is Yellow Tools. Yes, Yellow Tools. Thanks, Jamal. I'm waiting for them to reach back out to me. I've contacted them so many times and they just ignore me like I'm a fucking illegitimate stepchild. I swear to
Dark
God.
Side says blue rust print from Metro. Let's see. Blue rust.
Top 10 says second keg wrap in the works. Oh yeah?
Oh wow, that's funny. Oh, that's so funny. It looks like rusty metal.
Yeah, that's a real
Uh,
thing. You know, people will use stuff like that to create patina so that they don't
yeah.
have to have an old rusty car if they don't already.
Dude, that's cool. I would like to see a keg wrapped in rusty. Like take that to a competition and have everyone all paranoid. Like, is that tank gonna freaking explode on us? Like, I like Avery a little bit more, but the 3M Gloss Blacks has a top cover that you can wrap it with on and don't scratch them when done. Take it off.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, I think Avery Dennison is probably the most user-friendly vinyl on the planet. It just something wonderful about it. And 3M, I mean, well, 3M's 1080. I haven't tried any of the 2080 stuff because, I don't know. I just, when you find something you like, it's hard to switch, which is why so many of you guys watching right now don't use my window films because I mean, a bunch of you do, but a bunch of you don't because you like what you use. And when you like what you use, there's just not a lot of reason to switch. Even if I tell you mine's better.
That shit lays itself.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of does. It's nice to work with, but I'm intrigued about Tim's point about on the gloss blacks. It has the top cover on the 3M, which that way when you're done, you peel the top cover off and you haven't scratched it. With the Avery, though, I've never had any problems with scratches because after I apply it, I just heat it up and it gets crystal.
I just added you, Dark Side. There we go.
What's the crossover for global QDP? Now, if you're talking about Helios Orbit, I wouldn't be allowed to tell you that it's made by the same people that make Global because, like, they got rules against that. But if let's just say Helios Orbit is the only dyed film I have, and it's amazing. Best stuff on the planet. And it's priced better than Global QDP, which is strange, isn't it? Who would have thought a box that says Global on it would cost that much?
Let me see if I can do it here.
Use good buffer on your squeegee. Yeah, and that's another thing too, guys. When you're doing wraps, I know that like the suede blades and buffer pads, they can seem costly, but if you're charging what you're supposed to on wraps, they're really pennies, and you should keep a fresh one. You should always have a fresh one. Honestly, I was a violator at that towards the end. I mean, I wouldn't change it until I couldn't heat out a scuff. Oh, that's legit.
That is pretty legit. I love it. I work harder than an ugly stripper. Nice.
No, that is cool. I have to send that to Carrie and ask her if we can.
9. Oops. Well, how do I stop this? There we go. 9 years ago, I used a gas mask bong. Wild. Oh.
I never got to use a gas mask bong.
Tim Johnson sent me a link.
Good tools do make shit easy.
Yeah, sign up for a 44 Tools account now.
And honestly, I would use that manufacturer for all three of my lineup, but I'm a personal believer that I don't want to use metallized anything on automotive, especially with technology changing so fast. I got in 03, 04, I got bit in the ass really hard when Cadillac started putting navigation systems in their cars, and under their package tray, the rear is where they had their antenna for the GPS. And I had an account with a Cadillac dealership, and I did a lot of Cadillacs. And all of a sudden one day I got a phone call from them that they've got like 7 DTSs in their shop that could not see where they were. And the only thing that they all had in common, other than being from that dealership and new, was they all had my window tint on them. So I went down and I peeled one of the back windows, and lo and behold, the damn thing started working again. And I was using an HP film. And so, God, I redid like 20 something Cadillacs because of that, and ended up going with, I don't remember which line of film, but it was a non-metal line, and I vowed to never use a HP film again. And that's why I don't carry Avery's HP film, and you don't find HP film in my shop. And unfortunately, to stay with the same manufacturer that makes my Orbit, my better option would be a metallized film, and then the best option would be a dyed ceramic. And through my experience, if you got a good manufacturer making your nano film, it's very stable. And I would wager to bet it's more stable than dye, although putting anything up against Gowari's dyed, you can't say that anything is more stable than their dye, because they've just got this market mastered with dyed film. But the thing is, performance wise, carbon performs better than dye. And then when you have a carbon ceramic, then that performs better than a dyed ceramic. So that's why I went with a different manufacturer. And the manufacturers I use are A1, top notch. The only difference between my films and the best films on the market is the box that I get mine in, and I put them into a box with my name on them. So, yes. And I know there's been a lot of ragging on Reeboxers for good reason too, because a lot of these Reeboxers are just buying shit for profit margin and putting it in their boxes. And you can tell by my prices, I ain't here for the profit margin. I'm just here to help tinners and make sure that I provide the best products for the people that I take care of. So, yeah. Darkside said he actually had a customer make him stop and explain the tank setup because he thought the tank was going to blow up. Alex, are you sidetracked?
Yeah.
One of the best qualities I love about Alex is his honesty. There he goes right back to being
not the same.
What
Ooh.
you talking about? Are you buying stuff while you're online?
Yeah, I'm buying a yellow tool. Okay, I do it after. Thanks, Tim Johnson, for letting me know where to get that.
Did you go to cheapwraptools.com?
No, he sent me a 44 Tools link.
Really? And 44 Tools has got it. Go to cheapwraptools.com. I mean, I ain't saying don't buy from 44 Tools. After all, they do sell our tint kegs, so they support us. We can support them, but
well, I can get the magnets here. Oh wow, 10-pack, $29.99. I don't see it on here.
Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure if they had them.
Ooh, free shipping.
But you always got to check this place first.
Ooh, they got nice squeegees.
Ooh, they carry Pro Wrap stuff.
Yeah.
And they're micro squeegees. You want micro squeegees. That set that you bought is kind of okay for some things. But those ones that are black, red, and blue, that three-piece set, that's 3 different firmnesses. And those are just awesome.
So it's better than Bondo with monkey whatever for like what we're trying to do?
No, the Pro Wrap micro squeegee kit. Right there on the front page. The first product, featured product. That's indispensable.
The H2 Edge? Oh, micro squeegees.
Oh,
Oh, those. Okay.
yeah, those are legit.
Oh, can you hit quarter windows with that?
No, they're a little small for that. They're made for like getting tucking between like chrome and the body, you know, or a rubber edge in the body, you know, to get that real fine edge before you trim. Because then if you don't get it tight in there and you trim first, then when you tuck it in there, especially with a white car that you're doing, you'll see the white edge like real clear. So you want to get it in there as far as you can, and the micro squeegees are the way to go with that. Are you smoking and vaping? Maybe. I like a smoke. I smoke and wear patches too, so
God, that takes me
Each
back
one's
to Meridian.
I'll wear patches all day, but I promise you when it's smoke break time,
It's not the same. Like I want to feel volume, like in like go through my lungs and chest and
yes.
blow out stuff.
But yeah, I don't know. We should get some different things, but that also would require us to get involved with some different suppliers too, which is probably what's been holding me up.
Helios vinyl.
Stop it.
Helios PPF.
No. Well, PPF's still an option. But you guys got to remember, just to add a film line can cost me anywhere from $20,000 to $60,000 just to put a line of film in. So remember, I came from where each and every one of you guys are at. You know, I was working from paycheck to paycheck up until 2011. And 2013, I started my own real business. And 2017, I became a distributor. So I've had to grow on a tenner's salary. It's just a matter of reinvesting in yourself and growing. But the problem is you stay broke because you stay broke and in debt. You know, if I had it to do over again, I probably would have done it different, but I don't have it to do over it again. So I'm just, you know, head in the wind and pushing forward. It's working though. I know that I have come a long ways, and sometimes I sit back and look at it. I was talking to a customer. Funny story, guys. So I had a customer from back when we were still selling out of the back of the tent shop, and we don't even use the software that his account was under. And he came in and he apologized, and he's like, "Man, I know I've been avoiding you for a few years and everything, but I'm trying to get back into this." And I'm like, you know, just being helpful me and giving advice and working it out with him and everything. And he's like, "Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I owe you like $1,200 and I want to pay that back, but I was wondering if I can, you know, pay it slowly." And I had to tell him that, you know, that was a different chapter in my life. I don't use that software no more. I don't have access to it as an account. So I'm like, if you say you owe me $1,200, that's cool. And if you pay me back, I'll super appreciate it. Because you know how many people I don't do even the least amount of credit I don't do. You know, I think Alex came back and asked me, told me a customer was up front and he was like $20 short. And I'm like, yeah, no, we don't do that. You know, we just don't, because I got tens of thousands of dollars owed to me from people, you know, and everybody's got their own price too on what they'll sever a relationship for. I've had people, $200-300 walk. I've had people at $1,000 walk, a couple $1,000 walk, and I never see them again because they just decide that that's what our relationship is worth. If I don't ever see you again, I don't have to pay you. And I want to trust each and every one. So since I've already proven that my picker's not good with that, then I can't trust anyone. So the best I can do for financing is if PayPal will approve you, you can finance it through the website because that's their picker. And if they tell you no, then there's a reason for it.
T-Town says he might have a new shop. And which is funny because I called him telling him about me getting a shop, and then he was like, "Man, I don't know. Like I've been working out of my house and this and that, and something fell through." And then like immediately after I got off the phone with him, the person he was looking to get the shop through gave him a call. And I was just
There you
thought,
go.
like, that's so crazy how things work. Like we manifested that shit.
Yeah. You know what though? Look at what you're trying to buy.
That's what I'm saying, Jason. I'm
There's
just
that.
to let you know, I now use my tint keg for rinseless wash jobs, and it works great for pre-treatment. I do both tinting and detailing. Heck yeah,
Oh yeah,
Jeff.
they make a great ONR sprayer. There's a guy in the detail industry that sells a keg that I am not interested in trying to take any of his business. So I don't try to market in that direction, but my keg is very capable of ONR and
See if I
probably loves it.
Dylan says, I check LoopNet and Facebook every day for a shop. Not easy finding a good spot around here. So I
Oh, it
found
isn't.
1,380 square feet for $9 a square foot per year. And like, we live kind of close to the ghetto, and like, there's a lot of stuff in the ghetto that doesn't look nice, and it's way more expensive than that. But here, like, this is like kind of in a nicer neighborhood, and it's like in a little industrial spot. Let's see. Sometimes the higher powers put the kibosh on things you think you want, but in all reality, it's not what's right for your future. That is also true.
Yes, and sometimes you fight the higher powers on those.
I can get a picture of this place.
Oh, look, Ryan's finally going to shut the door.
I'm getting cold. LoopNet have more pictures? LoopNet does not have more pictures. Ugh. I wanted to take pictures of it, but I couldn't because there's other the old tenants are there. I'm not allowed to take pictures because the old tenants are in there, which sucks.
Yeah.
All right, T-Town. I see you later.
Uh-oh, he got to go.
Yeah, he's got to go. Been there
He
many
got
times,
things to
but
do.
end up losing or learning a valuable lesson from it. And, you know, I think it's the journey, not the getting there. It's the journey for me, dude. I don't know. As it seems like every time I make a step forward in like getting this done, like I get the jitters and like I have like all this adrenaline, and I'm just like, ah. I don't know. What is the minimum for renting a building? Any advice? So I gotta register an LLC or an S corp, and I have to have insurance. Um, and then it's a 3-year lease, and first month's rent plus security deposit, which is equal to the amount of first month's rent. So rent. So it's 75 cents a square foot per month, but then they also prorate in other things like snow removal, landscape, maintenance. Um, the building itself provides insurance, even though you want your own insurance still. But it comes down to I think $1 and a penny, or $1 and a couple cents a month. So like it's 3,000 to move in. So far, the C corp setup is like $500. Then I had to pay a lawyer like $200 to create me bylaws, and then now I just have to get insurance. I signed. What is it called? Let me see if a letter of intent that goes to the landlord, which basically like states my terms and the rate I'm willing to pay for, when my occupancy date is, what I require from the landlord, and what the security deposit's going to be. So I don't know. I didn't really know what was required. All I did was call the number on the sign. They hooked me up with a professional. I talked to him, had lots of questions, asked him what my requirements were, did a lot of Googling. Every state's going to be different. My father-in-law is also a lawyer. We're good friends with an accountant. Talked to them a little bit. Go from there. I went to LegalZoom, paid them money. They gave me a to-do list, and I just followed the to-do list. And yeah, it's not bad. Rick describes it pretty well, though. I'm pretty broke because all the money I get goes to things. But it'll be fine. And I think
Jeremy
even if it doesn't work
us.
out, it'll be fine. Jeremy's awesome. We talked about you earlier.
Why? Oh,
Because
you needed somebody to vent to.
I used this silver Sharpie to get things signed on my keg.
Oh, we talked about him. I thought you talked to him about me.
Yeah, no. And even when the business is rich, I'm not rich. It's the business.
So just out of curiosity, which one was you buying? Was you buying the small or the medium?
The medium.
Okay.
I am rich when I am poor. I don't know. One of my favorite quotes was like, "There's a difference between being broke and being poor." I think like being broke is just like talking about in the moment. I think, and then being poor is like a lifestyle. Unfortunately, the average people don't see it that way. That is so true. You found it?
Yeah, right to the source.
Oh shoot. That
That's
is
even
awesome.
less.
And they even have a demonstration video. Look, this is how you use our stuff. I remember when we used to do that. We don't do that anymore.
Now then they have, oh,
Too
this
bad they don't do
one,
free shipping.
medium is $48.91. 44 ain't gonna give you free shipping either.
That's so cool.
This is the one that you're looking at 44.
Oh. I don't think I want that one. Oh,
Yeah.
that's for the shark fin.
Yeah.
Oh. That is
So
badass.
it's not one tool does it all. You kind of need to buy all of them.
Oh.
But these tools don't make you able to do it.
No, and
They just give
CK
you extra hands.
I don't know, it wasn't CK Raps. It was the other one that I watched where he was like explaining tricks. Not I don't think it's a trick. It's just common sense that you normally wouldn't think about, right? And it's like you leave certain fingers in certain areas. So like when you do get pockets in certain areas and you have to release air, it has like a way to travel out. And like if I'm like right now I'm watching this shark fin video and in the back he like leaves a pocket like a little finger that connects to where the air is building up and it just like pushes right out that like it's got like an escape route. And they were doing that same thing for behind the door handles. They were kind of like leaving an escape route. But like the mirror looks more tricky than the shark fin.
Mirrors are easy, 2 or 3 piece a mirror. Mirrors are simple and use knifeless tape, and nobody will know it's pieced. Okay, here he's using an. Oh, actually, we're not both watching the same video.
Here, I'll watch your video.
Okay, hold on.
From Rap Institute?
Yeah, that's Justin Pate. Now he is a god. You want to learn something from somebody, sign up for Rap Institute and watch their videos.
Are they the same people as Tint Institute or Tinstitute?
No.
Oh.
But see
Oh
that tool he's
wow.
using there? That's a
Yeah.
micro squeegee. And that way you can get it wrapped under the edge and then trim it. And then you're not going to show any of the color of the thing.
Do I
Kinda
want a
nice and
different
clean.
degree blade for this kind of stuff?
So the 30-degree blades are going to be more friendly to you. But also notice how he didn't remove the fin to wrap it. I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, it's not on the car, but and then the same thing with door handles.
Oh wow.
But door handles are actually kind of easy, so I don't know. but they're easy for me because I was forced to do them for so much. Other
That
side.
is so cool. Get off of there. Get off there. There you go. Wow.
The nice thing about doing door handles off the vehicle is like the angle, see where how he's getting to it and cutting it. And so he can,
Yeah.
that makes it easier to trim. But notice he didn't wrap the inside of the door handle. And now he
Yeah,
would
and it's not.
inlay. Well, now he's inlaid. You can see the inside was wrapped. So he inlaid the inside of that. I don't even know what this little piece is.
It's the like where the key goes.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
But for, I don't know, I never struggled with door handles that much. So
Would love to see
Sure.
that tool used while being on the vehicle. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're gonna wrap the car, you're gonna have to take the door handles off anyways.
way.
Can I wrap a car without taking off the door handle?
Yeah.
When I just inlay it?
Yeah, you just inlay under the door handle and then it's a good use of knifeless tape. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's wrappers out there that'll call you a heck for not taking the door handles off, but
I think I'm taking the door handles off on this one.
look, first thing, remember you're questioning how to put the shark fin back on. Door handles are a little trickier. Your wife isn't wanting a broken car back.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
If you don't take it apart, you can't break it. Remember that. That'll be the best piece of advice I'll ever give you.
I mean, but isn't it worse than taking a Ford mirror off?
Yeah, probably about the same.
I will discredit you if you don't take off the handles. There we go. That's what I needed to hear. Thanks, Victor. I like this guy. Let's replace DW with him.
It's okay. We've got Victor's phone number, so if you do break something in your wife's car and she gets really mad, you can give her his phone number. Be like, he told me
Well,
to.
like, it just there's like one simple screw behind the door. You take the hook tool, bam, pop it. Then you pull the panel, and then there's that it's like glued on. It looks like felt. You just like rip that off carefully, and then behind the metal panel, there's like one screw here and then two screws here. You need like a foot long extender on a 10 millimeter. But I never made it far into the video enough to see how it puts back on. So like I know how to take it apart. I just don't know how to put it back together.
So door handles are pretty simple. The problem I have is General Motors is real big on using plastic to hold important parts together.
Yeah.
And one thing goes wrong and you got to open that door from the inside. Cuz, you're probably not going to go buy your wife a new door handle. You'll just apologize it away. But baby
17
steps.
bucks. 17 bucks.
$17 for door handles. Is that just for the handle? Is that for?
That's for the outside part of the handle.
And that's unpainted, which doesn't matter because you'll wrap it anyways, right? She won't know it's unpainted until, 3 to 5 years when you have to remove the wrap. And that's the other thing too. Keep in mind, wrap's temporary.
Yeah. But I still have to go and get that actual paint job after I take the wrap off.
Jason says everyone can take things apart. It's putting them back together correctly.
That is so true.
Oh yeah, good piece of advice. Label your handles too. But I don't know. You can do a nice inlay. Nobody will ever know it's inlaid, and you got a nice body seam there to hide your overlap on. And
So here's another question though. What's the difference between design line tape and finish line tape?
finish line tape is made to do straight lines and rough cuts. Design line tape is made to do curves and more detailed cuts, cleaner cuts.
So for inlays, definitely use design line.
Well, I mean, finish line is fine for inlays and stuff. If you're trying to do designs, hence the name design line, creating curves and things like that, you're going to want to use design line because it bends around corners. But to wrap around something like that, as long as it's not a sharp curve, you'll be fine. But design line, it bends better around a sharper corner. Still not perfect. Still not perfect. Let's see this
Damn,
guy
that
wrap a
time.
mirror.
Okay.
Oh, it's 6:05. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, that time flew.
Now he's not wrapping the inside of the mirror. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah.
So that's still going to be an overlay, but
And that's where I was having issues was the inside of the mirror. I had all that part wrapped.
yeah, so that's not too hard. And you can honestly, a bumper pull is going to be your best friend. And you don't even need a bumper pull. You can buy some fucking dowel rod or PVC and cut it to different sizes, and that'll be your bumper pull. Boy, he makes that look easy, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
But that's not a terrible hard mirror to do the part that he's doing. And basically, he's just gonna you're gonna do like he does, and if you use a bumper pull, you'll basically do it the same way.
Bumper pull is like what we used to wrap the kegs with.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
broomstick looking thing.
yeah. And if you use that to wrap your bumper, you'd like life a lot better.
I bet because there's times where I wish I had like a third, fourth, or maybe even a fifth hand when I was trying to do the front bumper because I just couldn't get like even tension or like even to be able to hold it with one hand and keep it taut while heating it with the other hand as I'm like pulling it across. Because like what I ended up doing was I held it up with the hand up high, and then I used my teeth to hold the bottom, and then I heated it up like that. And then I hurry up, set the heat gun down, and then I pulled it while it was like still warm. You could use the column of the car too. Oh. Now I'm all amped up. I might sneak in here later tonight. Oh, I can't. Can't. I won't be
You
able
got
to
things
work
to
on it
do.
until. Casey's got another makeup test today at 6:30. Oh, I gotta go. Shit. Okay, I got. I see you later.
All right. Well, guys, it is that time. actually 6:08. We've been trying to cut off at 6, but as Alex just pointed out, it's already that time. You know, it's funny. Last time I looked at the clock, it was like 20 minutes to 5, and now all of a sudden it's 6:09. So it's been a good one. I really enjoyed talking to you, and if y'all need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. We are here for you. And until